Boo ba doo ba doo boo. Boo ba doo boo boo ba doo boo. Boo ba doo boo boo ba doo boo. Well, wasn't that a bugger? So now I have to. What I have to do? Let's go to YouTube Studio. I do hope people find this. That was very frustrating. Basically, just internet went out. Boom, gone. No internet. Content. Hey, hello there. Yeah, so that was a very, very interesting one. I'm just going to have a little bit of a fuddle here. Bear with me a second. And we'll do that. Oh, okay, so I can't change anything while the stream is running. So that's a bit of a bugger. I can change this though, isn't that interesting? All right, so let's change that. So I cannot change the monetization status. That will have to come later. Okay, so basically, I just lost internet for no apparent reason. It was very, very brief. I mean, it was literally down for a matter of seconds, but it was enough to make the broadcast stop, and it was enough to mean that I couldn't restart it, certainly not with this software. There might be a way to do it, but I don't know. I couldn't restart it, and so I just had to start a new one. So my apologies, folks. That's a real pain in the backside, but I did at least get rid of the spider in front of the top camera lens. So, all right. So, hello to everyone again. Carthor, hello. I haven't said hello to you. Mystery Margot, hello there. I like the last one, so I shall dislike this one to balance things out. Fair enough, fair enough. Yeah, the little spider's still here. He's now, I think he's a bit pissed at me because it was a really nice web that he built that I just messed up. But he's just kind of hanging out there. But he's out of the way of the camera now. Every now and again, my internet service provider, I'll just be sitting in my office and I will just hear my modem just go click. And then I lose internet, and then it goes click, and it comes back on again. And I think they're probably doing a automated firmware update or something like that. They might be doing some sort of security thing, but it just happens every now and then. My guess is that's probably what happened because I actually have incredibly reliable internet here. So it's a very uncommon occurrence for me to actually lose it. And I have a second connection as well. I've got a backup connection, so if one goes down, I can always use the second one. But as I say, once you lose the connection, that's it. So anyhow, here we are. Back looking at the SE30, we're going to start working our way through the problem areas on this. We'll see if we can find, some issues. I'm going to... So essentially what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be working my way through all of these ugly little vias to make sure that they are all fine. So that's, I'm just going to make sure these are all numbered on the other side as well. I didn't number that one. What a fool. Okay, so 5, 6, 7 and 8 are behind here. So 7, 8, 9, 10 are up here somewhere. Yep, okay, so 9 was a problem. There's 10. And here's 11. And here's 12. I did these. I did 11 and 12. I think I did it on Friday or Thursday night. And I was pretty, let's just say not sober. But I'm still confident in the results I got. I joined just when the stream froze. Well timed. Okay, so then let's go here. We've got 13, and 13 lives down below 12. That's ding ding. So 13. Oh, he's over near. I can't find it. Okay, so 11, 12. And that's that one there. That's that one there. So it must be, I'm guessing it's this one here coming off the R9, that one there. Just it doesn't look right. let's just check. Let's get the old multimeter out. So, shall we talk multimeters? I think it's important to talk multimeters because if we're doing this sort of work, you need to have one. And a very good one to have is a Kaiweets KM601. Why? Why is this one a good to have? One to have? Well, a couple of reasons. Has a beautiful big screen. It is true RMS. It is a smart multimeter. It even tells you what the temperature is. Look at this. I love this. Look at that. It's temperature 17.8 degrees Celsius here at the moment. You can change it to Fahrenheit if you want to. You get a little blinking light to tell you which leads are meant, which holes are meant to have leads plugged into them, and you get a little light for continuity. Look at the little green light. See the little green light? How good is that? So anyhow, and the other thing, most important thing, it is incredibly inexpensive. This is a budget multimeter. It is a quality multimeter at a budget price. How about that? Beep, 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 beep. All right. Now, I'm just going to be testing to check and see if I've got the right location here. I'm pretty sure it's this one, but it may not be. This isn't the glue chip. This is the floating point unit chip. I said glue chip before, but I was lying. So we want this one. No, this one. The one next to the wire. It all comes down to the wire. Okay. It is that one. So it looks awful on this side, but it actually looks quite good on this side. And what we're looking at, let's just jump across to, oh God. I need to do some cable management here, big time. The wire from my ring light just gets caught in everything. All right, so looking at okay, Mac, hello there. Bruce is on the loose. Hello, Sloopy Malibu. I found a spider yesterday. Went at it with everything that has a warning label on it. The old huntsmen, they're very harmless. Hello, Obsidian Xenon. And Rob T, hello there. All right, so we've got a microscope view and we've got a lovely smooth focus. How's that? Still very proud of myself for doing that. All right, so what I've got here, and this is where we just have to get the multimeter out. We do a little bit of reverse engineering and we just work our way through them. It's a little bit tedious, I realise. So that guy there, so we're pin 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So pin 11 of RP9. Now, we get our valuable schematic and we find RP9. And RP9, I've got a pretty good idea of where it is because I've been doing this for such a long frickin' time. I have to get this finished and off my frickin' workbench so that I can work on something else. Just saying, that's where we are. That's the gist of it right now. Here we go, RP9. What pin did I say it was? 8, 9, 10, 11 is what I said. That's what I said. RP9 pin 11 is going to PD11. So that is also on page 5. So we then go to page 5 and we search for PD11. I should probably zoom in a little bit, you reckon? Zoom. Focus, 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 focus. There we go. 5 PD11. And we try and find PD11 here. PD11 is going zzz, hang on. Zzz. PD11 goes into UC7 and UC6. That's the video RAM. So we are talking about pin 21 of both of them. UC6, UC7. Okay, so here we go. Then we get our trusty multimeter, which I've already lost. Here it is. Manda Panda, hello. Roger Jones, hello. Chris is one of my favourite YouTubers. That's a very nice thing to say. Thank you very much for that. All right, okay, we're going from there. Oopsie. I've got, everyone brace yourselves for a bit of 3D printer content coming. So, yeah, just saying. I've got a fair bit of that on its way. Been working on that. I'll be working on that later today. I've been having so much fun 3D printing lately. Joy, UC6, UC7, pin 21. UC6, UC... Hey? Is that a C or a G? UC... UC... Oh, IC6, IC7. Here we go. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So that means 24 pins, yeah? Yeah, 24, 23, 22, 21. So we should be going from there to there. Yep. And there. Yep. Now that's the only place that one goes to, so we really don't have anything to worry about there, so we can cross that one off our list and move to the next one, if I can find the pen that I just had. Someone keeps coming in and messing up my workbench. I clean it, and the next thing you know, it's messy. And I don't know why it happens. It's not fair. You know, I did have the pen just a moment ago, don't you? I mean, like literally seconds ago. There is the weirdest noise going on out there. I'll use this pen instead. E3V2 looks pretty, hasn't been powered on over a year. Jay, we need to resolve this. Eric's Edges here. Hello there, Eric. We need to resolve this situation with you and your 3D printer. I am working to do that because I have been doing all sorts of stuff with 3D printers, and I'm hoping that I will be able to reinvigorate you, get you using your printer again. 13 is done. Now it's time for 14. Okay, so that will be almost definitely... Whoa. Oh, come on, 3D printing is a wonderful thing to be able to do. Be able to make your own stuff. Love it. All right, so we're on to this little guy here, which is... Let's calculate. Yep, that's the one. So that is, what are that? That would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's pin 7, so pin 15 of RP9. Let's go back here. Most massively reworked Mac SE30 ever, except possibly the original prototype. Yeah, look, if it works, that's fine. I bought another SE30. Another one. This guy contacted me ages ago. He contacted me right in the middle of the last lockdown, and he said, I've got an SE30 that I want to sell. Here's the price. And I'm like, yep, I'll grab it at that price for sure. And I said, we'll just have to wait till lockdown's over, because I couldn't go and pick it up. Anyhow, forgot all about it. Contacted me the other day. He said, are you still interested in this? And I'm like, yes! Because to be quite honest, it's an excellent price. I might even give him some more for it. But, I mean, I don't need any more SE30s. If I fix this board, I will end up with 3. And when I buy this other one, I will then have 4. No one needs 4 SE30s. Now, admittedly, this is just a board. This will have to go into an SE. So an SE will have to sacrifice its life in order for this SE30 to live. So, but I would much rather have a spare SE board than a spare SE30 board. So it's not the printing I don't like, it's the designing of stuff to print. I don't know how to do. Well, Jay, that's just a learning curve. You just have to learn how to do it. That's all. There's plenty of online tutorials and stuff. Coding projects, hello. Coding projects and stuff, hello. Maybe AI will help make the models. That's a thought, you know. You probably could get AI to build some models. But yeah, I mean, but anyhow, I've been testing out this new printer, and I've been using Clipper. So anyone if they're not aware of like 3D printers, they use a predominantly the most popular firmware is called Marlin. And then you've got this option to then go down the path of Clipper. Clipper is very, very clever. It does some smart stuff, and you can connect an accelerometer up, so it will detect how much wobble your printer gets, and it'll know how to push the limit, so just exactly how fast it can go. And I've got stuff that on my old printer was taking close to 4 hours to print, and on this new one with this high speed is taking less than an hour. So when it comes to productivity in terms of 3D printing, it's pretty darn good. How did you get Clipper on your printer? Well, in actual fact, this is all going to be in my review, by the way. I went down, I've got an Ender, so I'm very much part of the Creality framework. Let's call me a Creality fanboy. Never really intended to be, but I ended up getting a Ender 3 V2, and I got it at a very, very good price. I'd always planned to get a 3D printer, but I'd held off doing it because I wanted to, there was one that I wanted, and it was very expensive. And it's like, I've got to save up to get that. You know, hard to justify all that sort of stuff. Then Jay from the House of Moth, he said, look, I've been doing a lot of research on 3D printers. And he said, I've found this Ender 3 V2, which is just, you can buy it just virtually for pocket change. Now, it's not pocket change. It's still, you know, 3 digits. But, you know, I think mine was in 300 Australian dollars, something like that. And I was able to essentially buy a 3D printer quicker because I didn't have to save up as much. But it is an entry-level printer, and so you've got, you know, like I did some upgrades to it, and it was a good learning curve and all that sort of stuff. So I'm definitely in the Creality side of things. But Creality sell a product called a Sonic Pad, and it's almost like a ready-to-go Octoprint thing. So imagine that you were wanting to run something like Octoprint on your 3D printer, and where you're going to be able to control it remotely and have a web interface and all that. You'd do that probably with a Raspberry Pi. Well, this is a, you know, ready-made piece of hardware, and basically it has Clipper built in, and it's plug and play. So as long as you are using it with a printer that it's already got details for inside, you literally plug it in, you say, this is the printer I have. It gives you a whole series of steps. Do this, do that, step by step, takes you through it, boom, biddy, boom, biddy, boom, and then you're away. And crikey, it makes a difference. So yes, I use the Sonic Pad. That is exactly correct. And I am going to get a second Sonic Pad. So because I got the new printer with the Sonic Pad, and after using the Sonic Pad, I am now going to get one for my other printer. So yeah. Jeremy is here. Hello there, Jeremy. No, you don't need to do other things, Jay. You need to do 3D printing. I'm telling you, I'm going to keep at you with this, by the way. We're either going to reach a point where you start 3D printing again, or you're going to block me from all messages. That's just one of the two is going to happen. All right, so we are doing some work here, and we are going to RP9, and we are looking at pin 15. 15 of RP9. Pin 15. Here we go. He's going to PD15 on page 1. Page 1, PD15. We then have to find PD15 on page 1. Ziggity biggity bam. It'll be here. Most of the time when I'm looking for things on this, I find them the second time I look. There we go, PD15. And he goes, PD15. He goes to, oh, what is that? UI5? No? Oh, I know what that is. Okay, and here's pin 11. It's this guy, I think. Is it this guy? No. No. UI. UI. Is it UI6? PAL16R. I'm going to have to look at the file because the printout has got a smear on it. And the smear is right on the part that I identified with. So, technical glitches there. Oh. There we are. And it is, let's zoomy, UI6. Okay, that's what we're looking at. What does a sonic pad do? How much do you know about 3D printing, CS Waffy? So you basically have a 3D printer, and there it is. And generally what you've got is you've got stepper motors, and you've got an extruder, and you've got a print head, and then you've got sort of firmware running on it, and there's usually like either a port to plug in or an SD card slot, and you can get your little print files and you stick them on an SD card and you print them and away you go. So I go to my computer, I get a model, I slice it, I get the sliced file, the STL file, the G-code file. I put the G-code file on an SD card. I then take it and I plug it into the printer, and then I select what file I want to print, and then I print. Now that's all fine and dandy and it works, but it's a bit of a pain juggling, taking the card out, going to your computer, taking it back again. So you can actually get devices, and Octoprint is one of them, where it actually becomes like an interface for your printer. So instead of having to put in an SD card, you can actually get this, you can get your, like an interface for your 3D printer coming up on a web page. So I want to go print something, I create the G-code, and then instead of having to put it on a card and then take it over to the printer, I can literally just upload it via a web console and then just upload the file and select that I want it to print. So it sort of allows you to do remote control of that. Now a Sonic Pad does that, but it also it allows you to utilize a different firmware for your printer. Instead of using standard Marlin, it allows you to use Clipper. And Clipper is quite amazing. Okay. Okay, yep, I see what's going on here. I really need to get a 3D printer. Yep, I would recommend it. Well, I've got some videos on 3D printing coming up. I'm going to have actually quite a few of them. So, I invite you to watch them when they're made. I would be working on them now if I wasn't doing this SE30. But I've got to get this thing finished. Okay. Just everyone's fine now. Okay, so we are auto powering off. There is an option to turn the auto power off on this here by just pressing a wee button on the side, which I may end up doing. But I'll forget to reactivate it. And of course, I found out you can switch off the auto power off on the Fluke as well by just pressing down a button when you switch it on. Someone in the chat told me that. I'm glad there are people in the chat with smarts that teach me things. Okay, so was PD15, wasn't it? I'm sure that was what we're after. Yeah, PD15. So that is pin 11. So on UI6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11, and he goes to that one. What? What have I done? That's not right. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. Yep, so we're good. We've got continuity on that. I'm all happy. Let's move on to the next one. Let's try and get through as many of these as we can, as quickly as possible, so that we don't get too bored. We'll make this exciting. It'll be like, I don't know. It'll just be exciting. Just trust me. I'm not going to do that 1-bit fever dreams. Not at all. Oh, I think it's starting to rain. Oh, it's come over all cloudy like. And it's all blue skies over there, and over there it's grey as anything. Crap. Yep, I think it's going to rain. Oh, there's washing on the line. Bear with me a second. I better send a message to my wife. There we go. Do. Right, okay. Oh, ouchie. Because, that's why. I'm starting to wonder if I should recap my PM7500 even though it's working fine. Look, don't even necessarily need to recap it, but give it a look-see. I know I recapped one of my Power Mac 7 series. I can't remember what it was. 7200, 7300, 7500, 7600, one of those. I can't remember. I think maybe 7300, but not sure. And I decided to recap it, not really because it needed recapping. I did it for some other reason. I don't know. It was very early on, and I think I was maybe just looking for something to recap. That's possibly it. Maybe I just got hold of it, and I'm like, hey, I'm going to recap this, full of vim. And then, and while I was there, I happened to find some sort of pretty nasty corrosion on the board. And perhaps just from the way it was being stored or whatever the case was, it was... okay. Right. If it does actually start like seriously raining, I will have to pause and I'll have to go get the washing off the line because it's up to me. Up to me. That looks like rain. Okay. Excuse me, I'm just going to press the back soon button while I get the washing off the line. Sorry. Back soon. Just talk amongst yourselves. Hello. How are you today? Well, let's check so I can... Okay, cool. Just catching up on all the chat here. All right, let's move on to the next one, shall we? So, 13, 14. So we've got a little cluster of ugliness now down here. I can't have lost another pen. That's just stupid. Here it is. Right. So, let's go to this one here. We'll call him 15. And he is going to be... La 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 la. La 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 la. Here's that little row there. So he's going to be 1, 2, 3. It's quite. I find it quite difficult often translating these onto the other side. 15. So right. Scope. We are looking at, there it is, 15, so that one here. There we go. Boop, boop, boop. Where does he go? I dare say, goes to somewhere on this. Where's the other side go? Oh, it goes to this mongrel here. Okay, now unfortunately at this point I am going to need to switch over to the Fluke. Just as much as I love my Kaiweets, when it comes to doing quick scans across the board for continuity, the Fluke is more responsive. And in case you're sort of like, oh, but you keep talking about the Kaiweets all the time. Yeah, well, the Fluke cost me like $300. The Kaiweets cost me $50, so expectations need to be set accordingly. Right, so, beep. Right, so we're going to there. I hate these stupid things. Okay, going from there to somewhere along this chip, I think. There it is. Okay, now we've got to figure out what that is. Here comes the rain again, falling on my head like a memory. 60, 59, 58, 57, 56, 55, 54, 54, 54, 54. So 54 on the floating point unit, that's this guy here, and he is D15, so we're looking at a data line. So we're now going to have to trace this data line all over the place. He's on pages 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So isn't this going to be fun? Can you hear the rain now? All right, let's go. Okay, 54, D15, 54. Yep. All right. Okay, so this one goes all over the board. You can hear the rain call. VV, hello there. And once again, sorry to everyone for the false start on my other live stream. I had an internet loss. I just literally, midstream, 3 or 4 minutes in, internet just went out. Came back on again a couple of seconds later. There was enough time for the stream to be broken, and things were never the same. I couldn't re-establish it. So, there we go. D15, we're going to work our way through D15. We've got a D15 going to... There you go, D15 is going to one of the diodes on the back of the board. I don't think I've ever tested D15. I thought I might have done all the data lines, but I may not have. So this could be interesting. Oh yeah. I mean, you know, it's all relative when I say interesting, isn't it? Oh, we've even got some thunder. D15. Oh, don't toy with me. Don't toy with me and make me think that this is not connecting. I hate it when it does this. It does this to me all the time when I'm working on something and I think, oh, oh, it's a break, and then I realise that I've looked something up wrong and I've gone to the wrong thing. So let's just establish a few things here, which will make sure that we're testing properly and everything is fine and all that sort of stuff. So let's go back to the beginning. I'm going to mark a few things out on the board. UI5, that is him here. He's up that way. That corner starts pin 60. So, and I was 54. So, okay. So, 60, 59, 58, 57, 56, 55, 54. Let's just do a little line here. 54. Now, let's run a check for continuity from 54 to that there. Okay, we're getting a connection there. So we'll just put a little circle around that as well, so that we remember. Right, now we'll get another board. A board that we know is good. And we will take this good board. It's a good board. And we will do the same thing here. Oh, isn't Eurovision soon? Eurovision Song Contest, I think it might be tonight. Can't watch it tonight, going out to dinner. 60, 59, 58, 57, 56, 55, 54. Cam Wind, hello there. Okay, we've got connection from there to should be there. Good, okay, that part's good. Then on this one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go from there and D15 as it was saying. Oops, D15, it's aid. D15, let's put that there. If I read the schematic right, which of course is very possible I didn't. Okay. All right, I didn't read it right, and that's fine. That's fine. I'm fine with that. All right, let's do this properly then. Right, so we were pin 54. He was D. Oh, I know what I did wrong. D15 is the data line, but it's not the name of that brain. D15 connects to D18. How do you like that? D15 connects to D18. Okay, from there to there. No wonder I was getting confused with all these Ds all over the place. That's that one there. And I even numbered it 15. What are the chances? What are the odds, the coincidence going on there? And D18. Okay, we've got continuity there going to that. No worries. Sorry, there we go. Just wanted to get a slightly better camera angle. Can the rain affect your stream? I'm getting occasional swirly loads. Wouldn't have thought so. It normally gives me an alert when if I'm having like data transfer issues. This software normally comes up and goes bloop. Is anyone else having swirly loads? Okay, so we've gone from there to there to there. Okay, all right, so we've got, that one is good. So that's where D15 is going into that diode, D18, no problem there. Now let's find D15 on the next page. D15. D. They're all over the place. D14. I don't expect there'll be any problem going into the RAM sim. The reason why I say that is because the diode is right on the other side of the RAM sim, so I think it'll be fine. D. Can't find it though. Here it is, D15. That's on sim 1B. It'll be this one here. It'll be this one because it's connecting right there. So it's right there. So that's fine. Okay, D. Doesn't look like we've got D15 on this page. We've got some of the data lines, but not D15. We've got D24 to 31 going to UK 12 and UK 11. Sweet. This one. Same again by the looks of it. Yep, we don't have the lower D numbers here. Number 6. D31, no, yep, same again. Same again. And then lastly, and definitely not leastly, well, probably. Yep, okay, same. All right. So there wasn't too much to worry about with that one there. So we can consider that one checked and safe. And it was all looking exciting there for a minute, and then no. 15. 15. 15. 15. Okay, let's try these ones down here now. Let's call that 16. And that is going to be, he lives right below 14. So that's in there. That's 16. Right. So this is the stuff that I was having to do in order to get this thing going. And this is what I was just doing over and over and over and over and over again. So you can kind of see why I didn't stream it, because it is a little bit on the dull side. This one. So he goes, oh, he's just going to boring old. Here we go. All right. So hang on. 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86. Sorry, hang on. 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95. So he's going to pin 95 of the PDS slot. 95. He's data line 7, D7. And of course, again, data lines everywhere. D7, 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 D7. He goes to pin 64 of the floating point unit. D7 goes to 64. So 61, 62, 61, 62, 63, 64, 64. Good, 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 good. It's bipping the same thing several times, just makes me feel better. Now we need to find D7 on here. D7 is on the ROM sim. We'll have checked that, pin 21. I didn't check it on the ROM sim, did I? I checked it on that. The last one that I did, D15. That's a bit dumb of me, wasn't it? Yeah, we're good. Do-do, do-do, do-do. Yep, he's good. He's gone to the ROM. He's probably gone to the RAM as well. Let's check him on the RAM. Yeah. D7. Oh, he was also on D18. Same diode. Yep. We're good. Looks like a solder blob by the letters BT1. It's not actually solder blob. It's a piece of sticky, gooey, what do you call that stuff? Flux. And it was shiny. Okay, we've checked it on the RAM. We've checked it on the ROM. And then it doesn't appear on any of these other ones because it's one of the lower data lines. So, good. That one's done too. See, we're getting through these. We're getting through these like lightning. 16. 16. How's everyone doing? Anyone done anything interesting lately? As I mentioned before, I've been doing virtually nothing but 3D printing of late, which I have been enjoying thoroughly. I am loving the increased speed of using Clipper. It makes me very happy. Getting some rounded edges. I want to try and work on getting sharper corners. I need to figure that out. I need to find out how to get sharp corners. Boop, boop, boop. Blobbing on the corners. Good night, co-eats. 8 toasties. Shoe bill? Well, you know, that's pretty good. Gotta like toasties. So, let's go to 17. That's this one here, 17. So anyone who is just joining, thank you. For anyone who's getting bored, apologies. I am in the process of checking all of these vias that look bad, that look damaged. Most of them are fine, but the problem is it only takes one to be bad, and we've already discovered several. So, and we're just having to eliminate all the rest of them. They can kind of look like they're still making connection and not make connection. So, Enzo, hello. Can we get some co-wheats loving from you, Enzo? I was just talking about the co-wheats multimeter before, and you weren't there. So no one had an opportunity to find out stuff about the co-wheats multimeter. Little Bondi Blue G3 won't power up. I don't have any of the original revision of the iMac. In actual fact, the only G3 iMac I have is a Snow one, and that's one of the ones that came out quite a bit later. You'll forgive it, Enzo, don't worry about it. Chris Angelis, I just bought one. Is it an iMac or a co-wheats? We're going to move on to... I've got to keep moving. I've got to keep moving. We'll never get through this. I've got to get this thing off my friggin' bench. It's just... I have to. I've got other things to do. I've got customers' boards sitting here, desperate to be worked on. And we've just got to get this one out of the way. this one, isn't it? Okay, this one, probably going to one of these, or one of these. Oh. Okay, so that's 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66. 66. That's going to be another data line, I promise you. $66. Yep, it's D5. Good old D5. Hey, gotta love the old D5. D5 is going to be somewhere along the ROM sim. Yep, there he is. What is that, 19? That looks about right. D5, 19. Bingo. It's going to be on the RAM somewhere. D5 is going to... diode 14. I've told you not to do this. I've told you not to get my hopes up. Yep, multimeter's off. I'm going to switch off the auto power off. Poff! There we go. I keep saying it, just don't get my hopes up like that. It's just soul destroying. Yep, good. We've got beeps on D14. So that's found on the RAM, that's found on the ROM, and then I think because it's a smaller one, it's not on any of these other pages. No. Yeah. Okay. Cool. John, late again. I see we are cheating with part numbers 6.1, so this is part 7 of a 3-part. Well, what actually happened, John, there's a story. I started streaming part 6 at an hour and 8 minutes ago. And around about 3 minutes into the stream, something like that, I had a very, very brief but decisive failure of internet. And the live stream, the software that I used to stream, just cut it off, said, you've lost the internet connection, and that was it. And there was no way to re-establish it. So I had to stop. So there's 3 minutes of part 6, and then 6.1. So in actual fact, this is still part of 6, but I just called it 6.1 to differentiate. Yep. Okay, so we've got that one. 17. And 17. So there is a definite reason for this one being called 6.1. I do not plan for there to be a 6.2. I can tell you that much. I really would like there to not even be a 7. If I make another one, I would really like this to get finished today. And if I do end up making another video, what it will be a summary of events. So what I can actually do is I'll write a script and I'll do a voiceover, and I'll actually just take little bits of footage from all of the live streams that have come before it and just sort of explain what the problem was, what we did to fix it, da-da-da-da. So for people who aren't necessarily going to want to sit and watch all of the many hours, I'm telling you that now, and you're all like, are you serious? We could have just not watched it and waited till the end. Well, I haven't made it yet, have I? So, right, let's find another one to work on. Now, this one here looks really freaking weird. Does it look like that? Just, okay, so we're doing, what are we doing? What are we doing? We're doing, yeah. Done all those. These all ugly ones all been done. That one there looks weird. Why does it look weird? It's got solder in it. Oh man, the one next to it looks crap. So does that one. These all look like shit. Okay. All right, well, we're going to have to do them. So 18, 19, 20. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Elemento is here. So, it wasn't the, when we were talking about the problem, we didn't have a short. We basically just had a busted trace. So how about that? I can tell you Elemento, the difference between it booting and not booting. The difference was, I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you. Part is LS30, so that's UJ6. There we go. On the schematic here, this little guy here. And we had, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Crap, I can't see them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So it's pin 11. So pin 11 of UJ6, which is address line 25. So address line 25 was reconnected to, it went to the ROM, but it didn't go to the glue chip. I think that was it. Let me just check and see, because I just figured you'd probably want to know this. Glue. Weird. Does the address lines go to that? No. No, it wasn't to the glue then. Where was it? Oh, here we are. Address line. No, it was. Yeah. That was it. Address line 25. So, address line 25 was all good we get our little matrix here. So, address line 25, this one here. So, he was one of the ones that doesn't go to the ROM, but he was correctly going to the RAM mux, but he wasn't going to pin 40 of the glue. So that was our failure point right there. So as soon as I established that connection, bang, she started up. Signal on your scope looked content, but psyched you found the problem. Yeah, it's only here. It's, you know, we know. So, but we're still not there yet. And I'm essentially just using the same method that I used to find that problem to sort this out, and that is just going through and kind of just reverse engineering these holes in the board to find out where they go, and then just checking to see if they do go everywhere they want. Wow, did anyone else hear that? Yeah, I do believe in a couple of instances what I've done is I've used this little matrix here, and I've gone, address line, yeah, let's check that to here, oh, that works, and let's check it to here, and that works, and let's check it to here, and that works, and then I've missed other things out. So, when the board is fully functional, are you going to apply UV solar mask on the whole board, or just the unprotected areas? The second thing, just the unprotected areas. I am going to apply a whole stack of UV mask to all these, what do you call these things? These trace repairs, all these little bits of wire. So they will all be well and truly secured on the board. So when I do get this fixed, the next thing that'll happen is it'll get put into the ultrasonic cleaner, clean off all the goop, all of the flux and stuff like that. Then it'll need another test. And then once I confirm that it's working, I will then start slathering the UV mask on this, and I'll do it in multiple layers. And when we've got overlapping ones, I'll do a little bit on the one underneath, and then I'll let that dry, and then I'll sort of overlap them there with, you know, we go on the Frankenstein method of bringing it back with Thunderbolt. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I basically just want to make it so that it works and isn't going to just fail. But I won't be slathering the whole thing with UV masks, just the exposed areas. I'll be painting a whole lot on around here. I mean, there's a lot of solder here that's already providing protection, but I will be slathering a lot on there. Right, So what works now is we can boot. We can boot from a floppy. We cannot boot from SCSI. The real-time clock is failing. The PRAM is failing. Not surprising, they're both part of the same thing. The RAM test is failing, even though it'll boot, and even though it gets through the initial RAM test of starting up. But when Snooper does a RAM test, it fails. I didn't do a serial check. Yeah, so now I just have to try and find out what it is that's causing those problems. I already have done a lot of checking of the SCSI chip, checking all of the pins coming out of that. That seems to be okay. So I think the problem is still in this zone here somewhere. Sorry, I thought I saw a bird. Yeah. So anyhow, we're making progress. It was very nice to be able to start up, and of course it chimes, which means we've got all this part working. So got all the sound and things going on, and we're getting a lovely clear picture, so we know all this sort of stuff's all going well, and the video and all that. And yeah, I mean, I think it even recognised how much RAM I had installed, because I've got 16 in it at the moment. That's probably how much I'll leave in it. Where did I steal that from? Stole it from my other one. Yep. So I'm probably going to just go and buy a whole bunch more of these little RAM cards from K-Cobra, from the Satanic Mac Club. I just love them. I think I'll probably end up buying like 10 kits, 10 of these, because you get like 4 in each one. And I've got so many of these chips that I can use to make 4 megabyte sims. And let's face it, at the end of the day, if you've got an SE30 and you load it up with, 32 megs of RAM, there's not a lot you can't do with it. I mean, it is just a silly old 030 after all. And another thing I should mention, I think I mentioned at the top of the stream, but for anyone who's joining later on, I have just bought another SE30 as well. Because why have 2 when you can have 3? Why have 3 when you can have 4? I may end up selling one of them, but we'll see. I don't really need that many SE30s. Load up with 128 megabytes of RAM. I did that, Sloopy. I actually put 128 into one of my SE30s and I fired it up, and isn't that cool? And then I thought to myself, you know what? I'm going to have 16 in it, and then I'm going to take, I'm going to have 64 in it. Then I'm going to take the other 64 and stick it in another Mac. And I did. I think I put it in a 2CI, 2SI, I don't know. I put it this way. In the world of the 030 CPU, I just actually think you're better off, if you have 128 megs of RAM, you're better off sticking 64 in one and 64 in the other, rather than putting 128 in one. Because I just can't. I mean, what do you do with 128 megs on one of these? You fire up Photoshop and do retouching on an SE30? I don't know. SE30 chassis with the regular SE board in it. I'm planning to do the other. When this is fixed, this is going to go into an SE, and it's going to be an SE sleeper. So it'll be like, oh, that's just an SE, and then you'll fire it up and you go, oh, it's an SE30. Wouldn't it be cool if I put the grayscale in that one as well? So it was an SE, and it was an SE30 and grayscale. All right. Where am I going? I don't know. So let's go to 18. 18 is going to be our next one to test, and that is this guy here. I'm starting to lose my marbles a little bit, I think. Has anyone else noticed that? Okay. Oh, wow. Look at that trace doesn't look too crash up, does it? There we go. Just got to clean that up a bit. Get the black stuff off. All right. So we are going to be testing. I think it's that one. Is it that one? It's the one. Oh, yeah, that one there. Okay, this one. So, once again, get our multimeter. Check that there. And he's almost definitely going to the FAPU. He's going to pin 1. It makes it special. It's going to pin 1. Pin 1. That is D2. That's the second half of R2D2. Okay, so D2, going to D2. So let's have a look at where D2 goes. D2, I mean, I'm sure that D2 is fine, but we'll check it anyway. D2 is going onto our ROM. Yep, they're good. And D2 is going to... D2 is going to... Oh, fiddlesticks. It's going to one of these RAMs. It's D2 and go on the... D2. That's going to diode 8. D2 is going to D8. That's just to confuse us. Diode 8 is here. So we can just check that here. From there to... Yep. We're good there. Okay. So we can knock another one off. Thomas is here. Hello there. Thank you, Enzo. Kaiwitz KM601 Smart. Digital multimeter, 10,000 gallons, true RMS. Advancement through technology. 18. Let's look at 19. 19 looks horrendous. So let's see what that gives us. Probably fine because, you know, it just tricks us, that's all. Well, there are some things I'm getting a lot better at just remembering off the top of my head. That I will say. But I still definitely need the paperwork. Okay, so this is the one that looks really ugly on the other side. This guy here. And he's got goop in him. Look at him. Goop. That's never good. I wonder if I can melt the solder out of that. So, Thomas, what you been up to? Let's get some wick. I bought some wick the other day. I was in my little local J car buying something else, and I went, I'm going to grab some wick while I'm here. Because I go through wick like it's going out of fashion. That is still got stuff in it. He can stay. He can stay as long as I can do my continuity tests. Okay, what is that? There's 66 pins on this, I think. Yep, no, 68. 60, so that's 68, 67. Let's check 67. That's D4, and D4 will be going to the old I'm not checking these to the CPU, by the way, because I have already checked every pin on the CPU. So the CPU, we good. 68 was D4, that's what I said, wasn't it? What was that? D4? Yeah? 18. Okay, so that's 13, 14, 15, 16, 18, D4. Excellent. D4 is going to probably one of these. Here we go. Yep, going to the RAM as well, so that's fine. So we can mark that one off. That was 19. Let's have a look at 20. Now 20 I've already done like a bit of a trace repair across. Interesting to see what the story is with that one. So that's this guy here, right there. So he's going to be going to somewhere along here. Don't make a liar out of me. He's making a liar out of me. Okay, so let's try. Yep, there it is. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So it's 14 of the ROM. So we can find out from the piece of paper here in front of me. 14, that's D0. D0. Let's see where D0 should be going. D0 should be going to pin 3. So there, 1, 2, 3. Good, and we got continuity there. E-Vibes, hello. I use a lot of wick. Anyone recommend a vacuum pump solder cycle for through-hole work? Nothing real fancy, but it works well for hobby, not professional use. Like I use a what was it? I can't remember. It's like Rhino or something. There's a code that they have, but I can't remember. I don't feel like the suction's good enough. I don't particularly like this one, I'll be honest. But here we go. There's one out there. If you search for Pros Kit, I think Pros Kit, something like that. Pros Kit, desoldering station or whatever. It's not bad. It's not great. They're not particularly expensive. So, okay. So D0, and we would need to be going to D0. It's going to Sim 1A. So, is it? Picked up my very first ever Mac, a Classic 2. Was checkerboarded, but got it working after a partial recap. Well done. Just with the Classic 2, just always keep in mind that both analog board and logic board need to be recapped on those things. It's just the nature of the beast with them, unfortunately. They weren't made with particularly good quality capacitors at the time, so those analog board ones leak. If you leave them too long, they will actually damage the board. So, but that's great news. The old Classic 2. It's a fun little compact Mac to own, that's for sure. Pin 3. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Yep, we're good. So D0 is good as well also too. Oh, you're talking about it, Joe. You talk about like a manual one. I'm talking about a motorized one. Okay. Move right along. There's 20. And there's 20. Yeah, I tell you what, if I have to go through and do these all again, I'll be livid. Let's just hope that doesn't happen. There's some thunder. Diddle-diddle-diddle. Diddle-diddle. Diddle-diddle. Okay, so this one here, that one we've got a trace repair as well. Pretty much all the ones that I did a trace repair of, I was very thorough with my checking. But, you know, I should probably still check further because I did miss one already. 15. So that's 15 of my ROM. 15 of my ROM. That's data 1. Data 1. And once again, that only goes to there it is. Greetings from Brisbane. Sounds a bit stormy there, Bruce. It is the absolute lightest of sprinkly rain out here at the moment, but there is clearly a storm around because certainly getting a fair bit of thunder. Oh, not a fair bit. We're getting some thunder. It's nice. Got the full set of caps on the way. Picked up a Vivor 22 litre ultrasonic cleaner. Clean up the board. Well done. You've been thunderstruck. I actually have a little link to AC/DC, seeing as we've got a mention here of the AC/DC song Thunderstruck. Does anyone here know the name of the first singer of AC/DC? No, we don't have Walmart here. We do not have Walmart. There is no Walmart here. Okay, so let's keep moving. Just keep swimming. Because, I mean, we're actually knocking these over pretty well. So that one we just checked, just did a doubly checkly thing. 21, 22. SADMAC 356, contrary to popular belief, Bon Scott was actually the second singer of AC/DC, not the first. So, but don't worry, you're not the only one that thinks so. 22. Let's go 23, 24, 25. If you have a look up for an AC/DC song called Can I Sit Next to You Girl? You can actually, so there's a YouTube, if you go for YouTube, Can I Sit Next to You Girl by AC/DC. Check that out if you get a chance. Not now, obviously not now. But look, don't freak out about the things talking about Bon Scott. I mean, because this is, you know, most people think Bon Scott is the first singer of AC/DC, but he is not. They certainly started their fame with Bon Scott. They got popular. But there was a singer before him, and I'm just going to wait till, because someone's going to Google it, surely. I'll wait till someone's Googled it. Right, 21, 22, let's work out where these are. So they're going to be, I think it's that one there. Dave Evans, well done, Joe. And so anyhow, my little AC/DC story is that I used to work with Dave Evans. Back in, I guess would have been probably the mid-90s, I'd say. Yeah, worked with him for probably about a year, something like that. Nice guy. I used to do little kind of guest singing appearances at the local pub that we used to go to. So on Friday nights when we'd all knock off work, we'd all head down to the pub, and he'd usually get up and do a bit of a sing with you know, sort of other bands that were playing. He's just a little tiny little, like one guitar and a drum machine type thing, and he used to just get up and do numbers every now and again. So yeah, and it was one of my friends at the time, was the biggest AC/DC fan out there, and God, someone's really fanging a car out there, and he my goodness, And when I told him I was working with David Evans, he's like, "Oh man, can I get an autograph?" So he wrote an autograph for me. It was very nice of him. Right. Oh my goodness me, where are we up to? So I'm going to look at these ones. So that is 21, 22. We can do this. We can do this. Okay, that's that there. Is that right? No. No, it's not. There. I'm getting lost on the board now, so just a second. I've just got to find my bearings. It's those three there. Okay, cool. So 19. And that. Ah, that's that. Okay. 19. All right. Okay. All right. Everyone's good. Everyone's good. We're all good. Everyone's good. Are we good? Fine. Fine. How are you? We're going this way. Okay. So it's going to be 21, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. All right. We're good. We're good. And that's the one that I wouldn't mind checking as well. So let's have a look here. So we're looking around this particular region. So I'm going to be looking at this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. This one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. And I will just double check this one as well. Da 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 da. 68, 67, 66, 60, 65. Ah. Obsidian Xenon, you're back. Welcome back. This song is Jailbreak. Yeah, Jailbreak's a great song. This is the same stream. Oh, excuse me. Back in black. Okay, so 68, 65. Let's go have a look at 65. Just want to be sure, because that's what we do here. We be sure. Because we want, okay, that's D6. D6 is going to go to somewhere along here. There we go. 19, 20. It's pin 20. And then D6 is also going to go to some RAM. D6 is going to be down that end. D6, 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 D6. That's on Sim 1A. Yeah, all good. So that one's fine. That one's checked and fine and double checked and fine. Oh yes, I should do the little likey thing. So are we ready for that? Ready, steady, go, and
smash that like button.
Wasn't that fun? If it isn't too much trouble, would you mind smashing that like button? So then we're going to check this one. That goes to there and to there. So hang on, have I already checked that one? I might have already checked that one because it's linked to another one. I'm glad I'm numbering them. So that one there is linked to that one there. And that one there is 14. So that means that it's been checked. So I can just cross this one off. Because it's linked to the same one that is linked to the other one. $21. Now time for 22. Oi, oi, oi. So that's what happens when someone says Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. You have to say oi, oi, oi. It's our special chant. It takes years to master. Don't think it's simple. Mm-mm-mm. 22. So that's this one. 22 is going to be another one of these data line thingies. Okay, so that's, what is that, 60, that's 59 I think. Or is it 60? Yeah, 60, 59, 58, 57, 56. It's 56. I do believe. 56. 56. That's D13. 30, 29, 28, 27. So that's 27. D13. ROM 27, D13, that's cool. And then D13 is also going to, he's going to sim 1B. Crap. I refuse. I'm going to have to take these sims out. Piffle. Yes, that is Thunder. Yes, we won't compare the Harker to Aussie, 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 oi, oi, oi. 60, what did I say it was? It was like, oh crap, D13. Is that it? 27, yep. 30, 29, 28, 27. Sim 1B. There it is. Okay, we've got a connection. And I don't think D13 goes anywhere else. Address lines. Yeah. Yep. Okay, that's that one done. There we go, there's 22 done. 22. Okay, 23, 24, 25. These ones look pretty awful as well, but it's never any real indication there, no sir. Okay, so these ones are nice and easy, a lot easier to diagnose because I can just look them up on the schematic straight from this RP8. So, RP8, which is on one of these pages. Oh, the stream paused for a second after the last Thunderbolt, did it? Interesting. RP8. I hope everyone is still seeing me. Satanic Mac Club VRAMs or DIMMs? These are DIMMs. Well, actually sims. They're single in line. So I've got the Satanic Mac Club sims here. I'll just change to the top view here for a second there. Got these ones. These are the DIY kit. You just buy the PCB and then you install your own chips on them, and I have lots of these chips. So So I'm going to buy a lot more of these because I like making 4 megabyte sims. I just like it. And then, of course, I also have the Satanic Mac Club ROM, and that won't work in this at the moment. So that's one of the things we have to fix up. So there's the Satanic Mac Club ROM. And they released this with some software so that you can flash these little EEPROMs here with your own system and stuff like that. So if you decide you want to set them up so they're 608 or 701 or 7.1 or whatever, you can just set up your own system with your own software on it, as long as it fits in, and then flash these with a ROM programmer. And I bought a ROM programmer, haven't used it much yet. Okay, so it's raining quite heavily now. So if the noise is bothering you, I am sorry. It's frickin' loud for me. I'm hoping it's not quite as loud for you. It's absolutely pissing down. Let me just look at the rain radar. Oh my God, it's so small. That's what she said. Now, it is the tiniest little thing. That's, I mean, literally this little blob of heavy rain is just rolling over us at the moment. It's going to be gone in minutes. Right, pin 1, 2, 3, pin 3 of RP8. RP8, 1, 2, 3 is going to CIIN. CIIN, which is on page 1. CIIN. CIIN. Unfortunately, when it rains this heavily, our gutters don't do terribly well. I'm very glad it's fairly brief. CIIN goes to the CPU, and I checked all of those, so we know that's going to be okay. I mean, we can check it again if we want. It goes to L1 of the CPU. L, J, A, L. L is going to yep. We're good, we've got a connection there, so we're fine. You probably can't hear the beeper, but it beeped. Apples Anonymous, hello there. And Eternal Freedom, hello. I don't think I've said hello to all of these people. I may or may not have, but I can't remember. Are the chickens swimming yet? No, thankfully it needs to rain for a lot longer than that. But they'll be pissed off. Chickens hate it when it rains. They just sort of sit under, you know, some shelter or something, and they just sit there and they look. And they just have this solemn look on their faces. Right, so that's fine. So we've done 23. 23. Now to 24. I said hello to everyone up to this live. I mean, I think I've said hello to everyone as they arrived, but if I didn't, apologies. Hello. This one is pin 1, 2, 3. This is pin 4 of RP8. RP8 pin 4 is address line 31, and he goes everywhere. Address line 31 is on pages 1 to 7. So 4, address 31. Ow. You can stop now. Crikey. A31 is B3 of the CPU. Let's check it to here. 31, that's fine, let's keep moving. There's a snooper file with minimal RAM, like it could just be one slot. It's more, there is a kind of really general failure going on here. I don't really think it's just RAM related. I think something is missing which is actually causing issue with multiple systems. So that is my feeling, but we will see. A31, that's what I said, wasn't it? A31. A31. Zero to 31. 24. I should just look at this. This will tell me. I've got my bloody matrix here. A31 goes to PDS slot and the CPU. That's all. So I don't need to worry about that one. I mean, we can check it to the PDS slot. Where is he going to? He's 25. Yep, we've got a beat. So we can mark that one off as well. Yeah, 25. That has been 1, 2, 3, 4, pin 5. I can smell something yummy. Someone's cooking something nice. Going out for Greek food tonight. Looking forward to that. One, two, three, four, 5 is address line 30. So I have to go through all that crap again. Address line 30 goes to... Oh, wait, sorry, that last one goes to the glue chip, and I didn't check that. So let's not consider that done just yet. Glue is UIH. And that's one there. $31. Anyway, so that's it there. So that should go from there to there. It does! Yay! 31, 32, 33, 34. I'm having trouble hearing this friggin' thing. 34, 32, 33, 34. Good. And 105. 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 7, 6, 5. Good. Okay. Chores time, we'll be back. Understandable. It's a good time for chores. Like, what is it, 2 o'clock on a Saturday? I know I'm often doing chores. Just had a little dip in the lights there. I do hope I'm still with you at this stage. That was quite a significant lightning strike that was at the beginning of that thunderbolty thingy. Someone has made Thor unhappy. Under 13 and 14. Okay, so it's these ones. There's a little pocket of 3, yeah? Hang on, what? What? Oh, I've got 2 13s and 14s. Oh, that's going to help me a lot. Excellent. Okay, where's 7 and 8? Okay, here's 7 and 8. So there's 13 and 14 1, and there's 13 and 14 2. Okay, then we've got, let's go, 26, 27, 28. Oh, it's starting to calm down now. 26. 28. 27. Good, still here. That's good to hear. What? Didn't I just say this was meant to pass over very quickly? What? I just said that. Yeah, it's meant to pass over very quickly. Matter of minutes. Bloody Nora. That one got the heart started. Strike a light. Alright, let's get to 26. Okay, so that's this guy here. Oh, microscope view. This guy here, we're going to check that one. And here's going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pin 6 of RPA. What's the best surge protection for protecting against lightning strikes? Oh. That's a trick question. I know the answer to this. Oh. Stop something. Anyone watched Startup Disc is Full? We have it's another show that I'm involved in. We haven't had one in a while for a variety of reasons. We already know what the next show is going to be about when we are able to fire it up again. I wanted to go on the record that I probably would not have streamed today had I known this was coming. Oh, God, I've forgotten already. Pin 6 of RP8. That's going to test. That's a thing called test. Goes to page 3. Page 3, looking for test. Oh dear. There we go. Pin 50 of the glue chip. Okay. Pin 50. That's 53. I may have to stop this stream early to start building an arc. 53, 52, 51, pin 50 should be going to this one. Good. Yeah, I might. Oh look, someone else made a joke. Someone else made a dark joke. So yeah. So anyhow, the what was it? Who had the win? Sad Mac for the win. That's correct. Ultimately, whatever surge protection you have to remember that lightning is a level of power that travels through the sky, and air is ultimately an insulator. The fact that there's enough power for it to travel through the air, it doesn't matter what level of surge protection you have plugged in, if it gets hit by a lightning strike, it can arc across whatever, anything. So really, the best thing to do in a very severe lightning storm, if you're, wanting to protect things from surges and whatnot, you've got to unplug them from the wall. Okay, 26. Let's now go to 27. And 27 goes to, for the win, pin 8 of RP8. That is PU2, PU2, and that goes on page 5. Page 5, got to try and find PU2. Here we go. PU2, oh, he's also going to pin 12 of that one. So that's this guy, LS30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So this one here, why has he got so many holes? I don't know. It makes no sense to me. Oh no, he's also going over here. He's going to, oh, he's going all over the place. He's going to pin 9 and pin 1. Pin 9 and pin 1 of UE8, our good friend UE8. So that's there. Pin 9 and pin 1. Cool. We've got that sorted. My feet are freaking cold. It's really quite chilly. stupid weather. We've had an unseasonably cold spell lately, which is not, I'm not a big fan of that. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pins, 7 of RP8. RP8, pin 7, testo, going to page 3. Page 3, testo. Testo. And that's that's pin 53 of UI8. That's a nice easy one to find because it's right on the edge of the chip. So he goes from var to there. Yep, we're good. We're getting through this, guys. So far we haven't had any problems, and that sucks, but you know. Win some, you lose some. The rain does feel like it's subsiding a little. So that's kind of nice. Midway through spring here. Yesterday was 84 degrees. Not sure what that is. And there was even some snow. Not here in Sydney, but down south. There was some snow there like a week ago or something like that. We would not normally expect snow this time of year, and it's still only autumn or fall. Are your socks wet yet, Chris? No, they're cold, but they're not wet, so reasonably dry in here. I did have some problems with leakage in here, but I fixed it. Yes, I knew what F stood for. I have no idea what it actually translates to into Celsius. If someone tells me it's 84 degrees, that could be hot, it could be cold, I've got no idea. 28C, that's pretty warm. That's nice, I like that. That's nice, comfortable weather, 28. It's like, yeah, you know, just shorts and a t-shirt, don't have to worry about anything. I like that. Right, we've got to find some more holes to check. Did I check that one? That was the one that I ran a wire through. Stop it! I won't tell you again. Stop! Yeah, I think I checked that one again. That was that one. Yep. Yeah, I did check that one. Yep. Okay. 627.28. Let's go now to 29. Yep, okay, that's it there, 29. Oh, I just saw a flash. Get ready. All right. 29 is here. And we're just going to check that one now. That's this guy here, which you can't see because I'm on the wrong view. Scope view. There we go. So we've got this guy here, and he's going to go to somewhere along here. So that is FPU, page 1. And that is 68. 68 on the FPU is D3. And D3, we can check on this. D3 will be going to 17 of the ROM. Yep. It will be going to the diode, we don't need to worry about that. It'll be going to the RAM S1A. So, yep. It will be going to S3A. That's good. Boo, 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 boo. Going to the CPU M13 FPU 68 PDS slot. So we're good on with that one as well. So. Do ba bo. How's that one look? One will be going directly to the left of that repair. That one there. Oh, he's okay. I'm sure he's okay. I think he's okay. He might be okay. I don't know if he's okay. RP8 pin 1. Pin 1 NMI. Page 3. This sphere doesn't look too bad. So NMI. He'll be on the glue. NMI. There we go. Oh, he's part of the programmer interrupt by the looks of it. So it's pin 9 of the glue. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. And okay, done something wrong. I've done something wrong. Pin 1 of RP8. What am I doing? Someone tell me, please. Nate's here. Hello, Nate. Getting too wrapped up in what I'm doing here. Missing people turning up. So, RP8. Let's just check that. Okay, so that one goes from there to there. Now, I should just mention, I don't expect, if this is indeed unhappy, I don't expect this to be some sort of groundbreaking thing, because I think this is just part of the programmer's interrupt. But it does look like we may have a break here, but we'll check more carefully. So RP8, pin 1, going to 1, 2, 3, the third pin up on the glue. Let's check that now. So we go from RP8, that pin there, nothing. Yep, we've definitely got a break. We have found another break, there's no doubt about that. So that's this guy here, this little chappy here. We're going to need to break through that hole, break on through to the other side. It just never gets old. That's this one here. It is this guy. Yes, who doesn't love the doors? I went through a doors phase for a while. I was just all about the doors. I'm probably going to need to do the Dremel, the little Dremel trick. Drill through here. Because this is very, very crunchy, crusty, this stuff. So let's get the Dremel out. It looks like I've been cutting things. Because I've got my cutter on here. There seems to be oil leaking out of this little Dremel attachment. Every time I pick it up, I've got goop on my hands. Alright, so I'm going to have to drill through this. This is something that I will not be able to do with the microscope because I can't get the angle right. I have to come at it sort of sideways, so I'm going to have to use my special magic spectacles. And I might even mute the mic, so I'll do that because this does make a lot of noise. I didn't mute it, did I? I hope that didn't injure your ears too much, my fine people. Fine, fine, good people. Right, so we've got to get a bit of wire. Look at me, I've been tidying up. What a weirdo. Got a big piece of wire here because I've got no idea how far I'm going to have to travel. We are going to have to go for a bit of a wander along the bottom. Oh, don't start up again. Pain in the butt. So I now have to figure out, this one goes to the glue, which is what, over here. This will probably go to something. Can't frickin' hear you. There it is. So I've got to run from there to there. So that is got this little shape that I need to look out for. That's it. Bottom of that one there. And it. Okay, so it is that one. I've had as much dental work as that board. Okay, so this is a bit sucky. I've got to go from here to here. Poo. Mute. Weird. I don't know how long it's been muted for, or why it's muted, or how it muted, but it muted. It was muted. It's not muted anymore. I must confess, I'm a little bit what's the word? Kind of frazzled at the moment, because the rain sound is so loud. It's making it very hard for me to do anything. There we go. There we go. Muted when I change cameras. I must have bumped. I got the mouse here. I was hovered over there. You know why I was hovered over there? Because I was going to mute when I did the Dremel, and the cursor was obviously just hovered over there, and then I bumped it. Well, this is our first trace repair for the day. This is the first. It's probably got to be a first that I've got 2 hours into a stream before I've actually done a repair. There we go. So let's check and see whether we have re-established Continuity. Continuity. We're going from here to somewhere along here. Can't remember which one though. Was it along here? Or was it along here? I can't remember. In 9. Oh, 11, 11, 10, 9. From there, 7, and 9 from there to there. Well, yeah, it's particularly loud because it is hitting on a metal roof. But it is some pretty big old rain happening out there at the moment. The biggest hailstones we've ever had, when we had a hailstorm here it's a few years ago now. And the hailstones were about probably about that sort of size. So what is that? It's not as big as a tennis ball, but it's bigger than a golf ball. And man, did that do some damage here. We ended up with about probably a dozen smashed tiles on the roof. Wife's cars. Jesus! That was like, I saw the light and the sound happen at the same time. That was right here somewhere. I mean, that was very, very local. Oh dear. I have to wait for it to get a little bit lighter before I stop because I have to go back up. Oh wow, I'd say that was very, very local. Very, very local. Yeah, I'm imagining someone's probably had some damage. I really wouldn't be surprised if we lose power during this, because this is the sort of damaging stuff that we end up losing trees and not, oh wow, looking up power lines and stuff. So if the stream just stops, you'll know why. Okay, I have repaired a trace. We're now going to test it, and after we've tested it, I'm going to finish the stream. And there is a good reason for that, and that is that I think being in a metal box in the middle of a storm like this is, well, quite frankly, stupid. And also, it has been raining so heavily now, we do actually have a few areas in the house that don't cope so well with extremely heavy rain. And I would like to go and check and make sure that, things aren't breaking, getting busted and stuff like that. So, let's get the ROM. I don't want water dripping down onto, live power wires and stuff like that. So, here we have our side view of our Macintosh SE30 chassis, and I've got my super long extension cable here. It's starting to lighten up a bit. And I do mean a bit. Oh, what's happened? There we go. Okay, so plug this in. What we're looking for is hopefully the ability to boot it via SCSI. I don't think this trace repair will have done that. But of course, it is still kind of promising, it is good to know that there are still buster traces on here, because it means that what we're actually doing, the path that I'm taking of going through and checking these one at a time, is the right thing to do. So, all right, so let's plug this in. Let's give it a whirl. I'm going to plug in a speaker just because I like to hear it chime. You won't hear it because the rain's so freaking loud. I mean, I'll have to get the speaker, put it here. I couldn't hear it. Okay. I've got a flicker on the SCSI. It's getting power, but yeah, okay, it's not booting. Okay, so what can we do? Okay, next thing I want to check is one of the third-party ROM chips, because I could not get them to run at all. So we're going to use Satanic Mac Club, because it's the one here. And let's see if it does the same thing it was doing before. It's essentially just giving us a sad Mac screen. Yeah, like that. It's saying 0000000F 0000001, which is kind of just like hardware error or something like that. Now, there's a restart button. Yep, okay, cool. So, restart button works. That's all good. But I'll just show you what the situation is. We'll just do this one little thing before I finish up. As I say, I feel a need to finish up under these circumstances. I honestly would not have streamed if I knew that the weather was going to turn quite as sour as it did. It just makes life a little bit complicated. And apart from everything else, it drives me bananas because I'm trying to talk and I can't hear myself. Right, so what I've got now is I've got a floppy emu, and I can boot this up with a pre-prepared system. Here's one I prepared earlier. And I plug in a keyboard and mouse so that I can interface with this thing. Pardon me. Oh. Whoa, 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 whoa. I'm balancing a keyboard and a mouse on my leg. Okay. Big mess O wires. And we are going to select, I've created a system here. What do you reckon I called it? Did I give it a clever name? No, I called it boot disk. Well done, Rain. Okay. This is my board, Nate. This is one I have been working on for many live streams. This is now the 6th live stream that I've done. We're pretty close. So let's just have a look here and see if it tells us how much memory we've got. 16. So it recognises that I've got 16 megs of RAM in there. And as I say, it has booted and into System 6. We're going to fire up Snooper. Yeah, it is working. If you go back, if you get a chance, go back and have a look at, it's only for like 3 or 4 minutes long, but I've got a video and it's called Battery Bombed SE30 Repair Part 5.5. And in that, I actually explain what I did to actually get it to boot. But we're still not fixed, and that's why we're going and checking stuff. I'm going to go logic test. Now, I've got my little dongle here, my little loop back. So I can at least test one of the serial ports while we're here, so let's do that. Right, so let's go and run these tests, and we shall go Start cycle. So we're going to do the RAM test. Now the RAM test failed before, and I expect the RAM test to fail again. Oh, what happened? Oh, that's new. Got a bus error. That can't be good. We at least got through the RAM test before without a bus error. I really should be wrapping up now because the rain's lighter. I can at least get back up to the house without getting soaked. But we just want to do this. I did successfully run a RAM test, as in I got to run the test, but it just failed. So let's see what happens. We'll try this again, do exactly the same thing, and see what happens. And if this doesn't work, then I'll skip the RAM test and we'll keep moving. So, start cycle. Testing with pattern 1010101010110. 000000000000000000000. And I think it will say test failed. Yeah, the test failed. Bad. Okay, testing PRAM. Failed. Testing the real-time clock. Failed. SCSI bus. Failed. Printer port. I've got the dongle plugged in one of them. Handshake passed. 500 baud test passed. Okay, so I'd say the serial's fine. I've only got the dongle plugged into one, so this one will fail because there's no dongle plugged in it, no loop back. And it's failed. CPU is fine, which is nice. Holy cats, it's live. It is indeed. So we're not right. We are functional, but we're not quite right. Yeah, it's nice to have things to fall back on. You know, the SCSI doesn't. You know, the blue SCSI doesn't work. Try the SCSI 2SD, or the SCSI 2SD doesn't work. Try the Zulu SCSI. If the SCSI doesn't work, try floppy EMU. You know, so FPU and ADB. So I'm going to stop this. I'll stop. End cycle. Right, so when we look at all of the things that we have on the screen here. Oh, look at the thing going back and forth. Okay, RAM fail, PRAM fail, clock fail, SCSI fail. Printer port worked. I would say the modem port probably works as well, so won't worry about that in a minute. Just hang on a second. Sorry about that, folks. Okay, so very quickly. Yeah, pretty sure that the modem port will work as well. CPU works, ADB works, FPU works. So these are all really important things that are working, and that's great. And obviously, we wouldn't be able to do this if we weren't. Now, the programmer's interrupt was where I believe that switch was. So yeah, okay, well that works. What do I press to get out of? Is it a G? I think it's G. Yeah, it's G. So, all in all, it's definitely not termination. I can promise you that. So the SCSI is we're not good, and of course the fact that we have the failure across multiple things here, just makes me think that they're all related. So we went through and checked a whole stack of traces, and we found one busted one, and we have repaired it, and so that's great. And I'm pretty sure that was for the programmer's interrupt. So I hadn't tested the programmer's interrupt before, but I suspect it wouldn't have worked. So we don't actually have that many left to go, but I am going to end it now only because the rain has let up a little bit, which means that I can actually get up to the house without getting drenched and whatnot. And to be honest with this, the level of unpleasantness of this weather, it's just not a lot of fun for me at the moment. So I will probably go inside to the house and do some inside pursuits. And although I thought this would be the last, we're looking like we're going to have a part 7, only because this one has had to end up being cut short. So for that, I apologise to folks, and I do of course thank everyone for watching. So let's just jump across here for a moment. So anyhow, thank you everyone for tuning in. I really appreciate it. I'm sorry that I am cutting this a little bit short. I had hoped to go for a lot longer, but act of God and whatnot. To everyone who is watching and everyone who did tune in today, thank you very much. If you are someone watching this later on as a replay, it's probably not my finest work, but thank you anyway. Thank you for tuning in. We're incredibly close, but as I say, I've got a mountain of other things to be doing, but I've got to get this finished before I get on to something else. So I want to get this off my bloody workbench so that I can I get started on some other things. We've got some other interesting things to be working on. Got like Mac 2, 2FX, 2SI. Got some really interesting things we're going to be trying to fix. But I just, as I say, got to get this one done and off the workbench. So, okay. Thank you everyone for joining. Thanks for keeping the chat nice and busy. Always love to see all the chat going on and everyone having little conversations and whatnot. Really appreciate it. Sorry about the horrendous weather and the terrible sound because of that weather. That's been a bit of a suck, but what are you going to do? I do hope to see you at part 7. It may even be tomorrow. We'll see what happens. But it's just not ideal. So thanks again. I hope to see you at the next one, and I'll say goodbye. Bye bye.